Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are decoding a truly fascinating business story. We're going to look at exactly how Starbucks successfully cracked one of the world's most complex, rapidly changing consumer markets on Earth, India. Seriously, it's an absolute masterclass in market entry, and there is so much we can learn from it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Because, this really is the billion-dollar question. Think about it. You have the world's largest coffeehouse chain armed with seemingly endless resources and a globally recognized brand. So why couldn't a corporate giant like Starbucks just use its standard global playbook, set up shop, and conquer India entirely independently?
Section 1. The Indian Market Challenge. So let's step back to the early 2010s for a second. On paper, India was a glittering, almost irresistible prize for international expansion. You had this massive, young consumer population, rapid urbanization happening everywhere, and rising middle-class disposable income. Add in a totally exploding cafe culture, a real hunger for premium brands, and newly liberalized foreign direct investment policies, the opportunity was just immense. It was a gold rush. Now, what's really interesting about this breakdown is the stark contrast. Weighing heavily against all those massive opportunities were some formidable traps. Starbucks was staring down established domestic rivals like Café Coffee, who frankly already own the market. They were also facing sky-high real estate costs, incredibly complex government regulations, and vastly different cultural preferences. Going it alone? Well, that meant taking on massive, maybe even fatal risk.
Section 2. The Tata Joint Venture. To smash through those entry barriers, Starbucks made a brilliant strategic pivot in 2012. Instead of stubbornly establishing a wholly owned subsidiary like they do in a lot of other places, they created Tata Starbucks Private Limited. This was a true 50-50 joint venture with Tata Consumer Products. By completely abandoning the solo route, they decided to share both the immense risks and the potential profits equally with a trusted local powerhouse.
And this partnership? It was an absolute perfect match. Starbucks brought its unmatched global brand reputation, international retail expertise, and that high-quality customer experience people expect. But Tata provided the missing puzzle pieces: deep local market knowledge, a heavily established supply chain, and crucial access to premium coffee estates right there in Karnataka. Together, they basically created an unstoppable playbook.
Section 3. The Art of Localization.
Having a partner is really only half the battle, right? Starbucks still had to avoid the fatal mistake of just copy-pasting its U.S. business model. The masala chai tea latte brilliantly illustrates their approach here. Instead of forcing standard American coffee on a traditionally tea-drinking nation, they deeply localized their menu. Honoring local tastes right out of the gate proved they were a brand genuinely willing to adapt.
And this wasn't just a one-off drink. It built into a comprehensive strategy. They rapidly customized across the board. We're talking about introducing cardamom-flavored beverages, completely modifying the food menu to offer prominent vegetarian options alongside local snacks, and intentionally sourcing high-quality local Arabica beans. They even adapted their store designs to blend that premium global ambiance with beautiful Indian aesthetic elements, all while strategically adjusting pricing to fit the local economy.
Section 4. Keys to Starbucks Success.
So the crucial point to take away from all this is their three-step expansion playbook. First, secure a strong local partner to navigate those complex regulations and establish an effective supply chain. Second, adapt your products aggressively. Localization is not optional here, it is pure survival. And third, expand gradually. Starbucks built a really strong brand presence by starting out in major metropolitan areas to establish premium credibility before carefully moving into Tier 2 cities.
As we wrap up this explainer, I actually want to leave you with a bit of a provocative question. Which market entry strategy would you recommend for Starbucks if it enters another emerging economy tomorrow? Does this 50-50 joint venture and deep localization model work absolutely everywhere? Or was India just a unique case? Think about how these lessons apply to the future of international business adaptability. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning the strategies behind the huge brands you see every single day.